And going off school and education, and your studies at Michigan and Russian history, specifically anarchism, what would you
Hmm.
say the best thing you learned from your studies on anarchist, and how is that contributed to the successes of Zingerman's?
Well, the best thing is not to look for the best thing because it's to not think hierarchically.
Yes, can you explain that a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. So, we pretty much all of us are raised, I would suggest, in hindsight, to think hierarchically. So, I'm not being critical. It just leads to questions like what's the number one thing? What's the best thing? Who's the best? Strive to be the best, you know, be above average, et cetera, right? So, when you're thinking hierarchically, it's so common that people don't even know they're doing it. So I didn't make this story up, but it's the little joke about the two fish swimming along, and the one fish says to the other fish, talking about a third fish who's not there. They're like, he's like a fish out of water, and the other fish says, "What's water?" So it's so common that people don't even realize that they're doing it, but it's actually unnatural because in nature there really isn't a hierarchy. Everything matters, even if it's tiny. It can have, like right now, the coronavirus is invisible, and as a percentage of matter in the universe, it's infinitesimal, yet it's completely upended the entire world. So learning not to think hierarchically, not to look for the singular solution, not to look for the one secret, not to look for the most important thing, but to start to understand the nuances and the little things and that they all matter. And then in terms of the organization, it helps people get out of this mindset that only like the charismatic boss is important, and to understand that, you know, the newest employee you have could be on the phone talking to your biggest client because they happen to answer the phone, and their bad service could lose you $1 million a year client, or conversely win you $1 million a year client.